Hey, welcome. It's our fifth session of the Red Star Rising campaign adventure titled The Coldest of Blood, Chapter 3, designed by Gooey Cube and presented by the Greater Mole Master Beholder Corps, where we hope your minds will be opened by wonder tonight, and playing, as always, for a 30th whatever at time. And our track record is still going. Yay, hoorah!
Even with technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's okay. We are Zane and Mark and Lee,
Hey, hi, hi.
the mighty Trey,
Hey!
and Chris, technical master. Gotta go. And I am Casey, also known as the emissary of the Great Mother. And we are ready to go. So I ask my aberrations, shall we begin?
I.
Zane, I'm not sure that was enthusiastic enough. Shall we begin?
Aye! Yeah, Captain.
I think the eyes have it.
The spirit is there.
We just need more power. All right. Previously on the Red Star Rising campaign. Who wants to give us a recap? Can everybody remember? That was like a month ago, right?
We did some stuff and more stuff and other stuff and jumped across a bunch of water.
I got bit.
And did stuff.
Imagine that. I got bit in the
by
water.
a big fish.
A big fish, which we're going to go take back and fry up.
Big ugly fish.
Big ugly fish. Guar.
Maybe they're good eating. That's true.
Gar, yeah.
Gar.
They
Gore kicked it in the water. Gore kicked it in
the
the water so it'll stay fresh.
Okay.
Or all the other
That's
fish will
fun.
eat it.
Then we killed a
Fully.
bunch of things that were once people that were now damned. We killed them all. Every
It's like
single
this
one.
amazing shot with a bow.
I have
The
some.
most
I can read my
most amazing.
notes. Here, I got some notes here I can say.
Okay.
Kinna
Or-
burns
More
the
than
horde
one
of
thing.
fangs, then Theros rages. Fleegan tumbles into the room and slays his enemy. For some reason, I put Lord Estranok's servants turned twisted and corrupted, Sidus, with a question mark. Kinna misty stepped behind the enemy and stabbed one twice. Theros is too busy raging to worry about hitting hard. Quimber shielded Theros and cast light on a rock and tossed it into the water for better perception behind us. Gror sends a critical between Theros' legs and loincloth and launches an enemy's leg
He pinned them together.
into an enemy behind him and kills both. Fleegan stabs another to death. Kenneth steps through, killing one and wounding another, then jumping back. Theros rages into the middle of the carnage and severs the last one from life. And I guess I got some weird notes about.
We found that spirit, and he led us to getting the necklace, and then we freed
Yeah,
him.
you guys had you had a good conversation with the Interested, and which is a good thing you had a conversation and didn't decide that you wanted to go all murder hobo on him, because he would go all murder hobo on you, and we would have wiped and the campaign would have been over. So,
Yay!
But
We didn't.
so you know.
We didn't put him. We didn't put him on fire. What's wrong with us?
I think he was on fire.
It's
I think
really
that's
hard
why.
to burn a submerged dungeon to the ground.
I think
Since it's already.
But we'll try.
I think we're really nice to people that are cordial and speak well. Like, you know, he welcomed us in and asked for our help and offered help back. And even though I didn't want to give it to him, we did, and it turned out to be probably our
Right thing to do.
best option. So we.
Well,
Well,
he
that
helped
was
you
just based
figure
it
out
off of
the,
whether or
the
not
puzzle.
we could kill him.
He told us how to figure out the puzzle, and it seemed like we were on the wrong path on that.
Yeah, which is a good
We
thing,
were gonna
because
die.
we definitely had the wrong solution.
Yeah, we had the wrong solution, and he gave us the right one.
I thought you guys had it too. I was like, yeah, I don't have to do nothing. They got it.
Nope, we didn't.
No, we didn't. And he did. Yeah, he saved
Yep.
our butts.
So we
Yep,
freed
yep.
him.
Well, good recap there. Yes, that's exactly what happened, and you guys have just bully rushed your way to the end of the dungeon, and now at this point we're at the end of the dungeon, and what are we going to do next other than roll a d20, right? Everybody roll a d20.
Well, I was going to say, there's a first time for everything, so we can try to burn the dungeon down, even if it's submerged. Just saying.
Theros, no.
Well, let's
Not with
not.
that roll.
Let's not and say we didn't.
Hmm.
507. That's impressive.
Yeah. Wow. Get all those rolls out of the way. Come on, folks. Get them out of the way.
Oh, yeah!
Close.
Oh, should I give it to
Not,
him?
not 19.
Should I give it to him?
I would say yes. But
How many do you have? How many gooey rewards do you have?
Jeez, I don't know.
Looking.
Wow, that many?
Remember, he won't have a chance to win another one until July.
I don't know what your color is. What is your color?
He's a white guy.
Red, no blue. Oh,
Red.
It's little
He's
color.
talking about in the.
how many gooey rewards do you have, Fleegan?
I'm trying to find that myself.
Under your journal.
Scroll on your journal
Your
all the way near the
journal.
bottom. Gooey rewards, all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
You are what color are you? You are.
I have dos.
You have Dose.
Oh, I guess he's red. He's red.
He's
Yep.
red. He is red. Look at that. Okay. One of those. Vigilant and Vigilant. Yeah, go ahead and roll for a gooey reward. Why not?
Yay!
I'm feeling generous tonight. Let's see what he gets.
Saving throw advantage.
Nice.
Advantage on a saving throw. There you go. That can come in useful.
Oh, I am so going to need that.
Now, my suggestion is, since Mother Sylvenza told us to get here, get the medallion, and get out, that we get out.
Who brought the teleportation amulet to teleport us out here?
It doesn't work
There's not a
that
whole
way.
lot of teleporting that goes on in this world. It's just
I-
one of those.
I can Misty Step, but I already did that. That's once a day,
Yeah.
and it's not that far.
Yeah, Misty
we'll
Step is
just
useful, but like teleportation, it's not. I mean, it is a magical world, but not as high magical as you might think. So we don't do a lot of teleporting. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it's someday, just for spite, somebody writes a teleportation mechanic into one of these adventures. But I digress. So, what would you all like to do? You're down in the bowels of this dungeon. What would you like to do?
We have two choices: either continue the way out the bowels or go all the way back up through the mouth. Right?
I say back through the mouth.
I was going to say.
We've
It's
already
probably
killed
gonna-
everything
it's
on the
probably
way
gonna smell better.
in.
if
You
we
don't
go.
want to go out the Stargate?
Nope.
The gate-
Close the chevrons.
Right, you said there's no teleportation, so no Stargate, right?
Well,
Since the only thing I know about is going deeper into the bowels, where we have, a mystical charm that is protecting us from what is from below. I think we should just head on out.
Yes.
You learned that there's something very
Back the way we
evil lurking below. So back the way you came. All right.
Fleegan
So,
didn't wake it up by kicking a bucket down a hole or anything. Good job.
Remember. So reverse order here. What's your marching order?
should we move quickly and, Gror and Theros will be a battering ram, and we just keep moving until we're out of here? Just so, I mean, the inhabitants here are probably so numerous, we don't really want to take it too slow.
Yep.
Theros, do you want me behind you shooting through your loincloth more, or do you want me in front?
Well, that is a lucky bow. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll just
Fine.
take the wagon wheel shield and we'll just plow through whatever. Grab the gar.
Yep.
I have a
fish
lucky
tonight.
shield, too.
Oh, who's the artist? We need an artist drawing of the front of this group. A shield and a gar.
I will bring up the
We have
rear.
to describe that. That would be fun. That would be fun to render that out. Go ahead and put yourself in order there on the map, please.
I've put myself just at least in that. We're just in that room. I just put myself first, doing down. the
Yeah, I
hall.
see that. Okay. And Kenna's up that side. Okay. All right, so round one fight. All right, so we can go about that far. Theros, you want to head on down, splashing through the water, picking up the gar along the way. Everybody go ahead and move yourself into place.
I lost my map.
And I did so well, not getting wet. Splash, splash,
Right.
splash.
It's only up to your chest,
Okay.
Fleegan. Stop complaining.
You
got
guys
Mark
get down
next.
into the water room there, and Theros is just kind of stomping through the water. No big fish come along and try and bite you this time, so you're kind of happy about that. Of
Yeah,
course,
he's got his wagon wheel and
Gore
the
and
gar in the
Fleegan-
other hand.
Yeah.
Gore and Fleegan are slogging along, swimming as they go. You both can swim, right?
I love
I'm
to
more
swim with mail.
sink than float.
Yeah. Well, I think Fleegan's probably a little bit less heavy. You know, there's a lot of heavy armor on that dwarf there, so you're kind of moving a little slowly there. So we'll say that you can go about to the end of the room. Right.
There we go.
Almost sunk in. River picked me back out of the water.
Yeah, I'm helping Fleegan to be able to keep his head above the water.
So it's I can't remember. There's a pathing thing that I can do, and I can't remember how to do it. It's like Alt Shift
Right click.
click drag something.
So
like that.
it's drag, right click, drag, right click, drag, right click.
So drag, right click, drag, right click, drag, right
Yep.
click. Drag. There we go. Okay.
That's some good zigzagging.
All right. And you can actually make your token move that route too.
Yeah,
I don't
there's a
remember
way
what
to do that, but I don't remember what it
key command-
is.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of fun stuff in here. I just don't take the time to figure out. So. All right. All right. You guys see my rolls, or am I just whispering them to myself?
I'm seeing them.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
All
This is
right.
new.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
You just rolled 266.
I know. I saw that. All right. Okay. So a lot of dead things on the floor here in the midst of this hallway, and you hear some whining and sniffling coming from down the hall.
Well, we killed their relatives, so they probably
From this
should be-
direction?
From
Well,
this direction.
If they weren't hiding in the shadows and they didn't see it, we could tell them that the offenders are down the way and we chased them, but they got away.
Or we can just keep running.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't understand what I
Or
have to say.
There might be a damsel in distress.
No.
Just saying.
And even if there is, Mother Savenza said not to go outside of what the map indicated, so.
Well, I think it's going to be
At least
probably
look.
going to be some
Plus,
kid.
the person looking for chicks is Gror, not Theros.
So
So right to about there, if you guys remember, there's a secret door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right there. There's a secret door right there. So.
Well, if we have to
So,
use
yeah,
it,
you can get to about there.
do we want to at least listen to what this crying's about?
The crying is coming from this direction.
yeah.
You don't want to leave.
Just keep going.
You don't want to leave. Yeah, someone could be hurt.
Can I roll a perception or something to see if it sounds like any crying I've heard, or is there like an accent to the cry, or does it sound like one of these creatures crying, or
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception on that. That'll
I'll
work.
assist because I'm curious about this sound. Can I assist?
Don't
him?
let curiosity get in the way of us finishing this and getting out of here.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I guess technically you can assist. You
Like
guys talk to each other and you're both listening, and you'll discuss it together. So go ahead and roll with advantage. That's a 22. The you've never heard anything like this before.
I hate to leave anything in distress, but I feel that we're in a lot of danger if we stay any longer.
Yep. I concur.
I mean, if we want to drop our rations and our water and, and get out of here.
We'll just keep moving.
As we go by the secret room, is the door open or closed?
It's open a little bit.
I want to take a look inside.
Okay.
This is supposed to be an adventure, guys. Just saying.
No, I agree. I am torn on what to do.
What you see inside is a spiral staircase that goes up.
Oh, that could get us out of the bowels faster.
Hey
Aha.
guys! Stairs going up! I think we ought to go this way.
Or more appropriately, the secret door opens, revealing a steep circular stair that ascends into blackness. There is no sound nor light coming from above.
Is skipping it and continuing to run through Thanos'
Stairs
loincloth.
going
if need
up.
be.
What
Up
do you guys
is
do?
out.
It's nighttime anyway, isn't it?
No, it's daytime.
Daytime
Is it
You
outside.
guys,
I'm trying to
you
remember.
guys headed out
I
in the
just
morning,
remember-
and you made haste.
Okay.
So it's probably been, I don't know, maybe 2-ish hours since you left camp. Took you about
Okay, because
took you about an hour to
I
get
just
here,
remember.
and you've probably only been down here for about a half an hour at the most.
That
Well,
don't
I'm
We
make-
were
inclined to do
we
it
were
after
warned
we-
to go in a specific path and come back out.
Let's do it.
I say we stay on our course.
All I can say is up.
Yeah, up doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah.
it's the place we want to be.
The other ways had
Can
a
I
bunch
have
of
the
doors
amulet?
that
Who has
has
the
stuff
amulet?
behind it.
I
That's all
believe
I'm
I
saying.
currently have the amulet.
I thought so too. So I'm
Yep.
just really glad you want to leave. That's much more important than.
We have a nice front battering ram to get our way out. Just as nobody gets dragged backwards.
Yeah.
We also
Nobody
we
listens
could
to
have all
free
kinds of
men.
problems on the way out, but we might as well have them farther
Mhm.
away from here. I mean, but there's that doorway by the
one.
stairs, so not out yet.
So is your plan to continue to head the way you came in?
Yep.
Gors is he's gonna continue, hopefully following Thanos' loincloth rather than running past it.
I'm gonna move Theros since it's appropriate at this point. Zane had to step away for a second. So, are you all following?
Hey!
Nobody listens to Fleegan.
Hey, that's not a bad roll. I like that
Oh,
one.
jeez.
I wonder what that means.
I have no idea, but I don't like it.
Loots for all.
The loot's for everyone. Yeah, no. All right.
I don't know how to play the lute.
Interestingly enough, nothing is happening. somebody taught you at one point that you don't leave doors unopened in a dungeon, but nothing's coming out to get you. That's very strange, right?
Yeah. Well, we are the, we just like the hillbillies and hogs, we did everything wrong. Yes. Yes.
Hey, we did everything we were told to do, which is unusual for us. So
Who said it's
Yeah, that's
wrong?
my point.
I blame the dwarf.
Who said it was wrong? I mean, my job is to try and kill you, so I could be leading you completely astray, right?
Well, yeah, we could be
leaving behind untold riches.
could be everything's outside waiting for us.
What's that?
hey, I have a sneaking suspicion that at some point we're going to be back here. So
Yeah.
Maybe after a couple of more levels.
Oh, I thought he meant back here because we're gonna get outside and see what's there and turn around and run back in.
Run back in.
oh God, I hope not.
I thought that's what you meant.
Roar, are you staying back or what?
Oop. Nope.
There we go.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me. I almost got
He
left
just
behind.
keeps adding zeros to that roll. I don't like that.
You do realize that's a cumulative roll. That's the number of orcs that now.
Yeah, that's the army
dungeon
we're facing
waiting for
when
us.
we leave.
All in a 10 by 10 square foot room. Or a 10 by 10 room.
Protecting a chest.
All right. Who doesn't want to roll a million-sided dice, right?
That's a
Well-
lot of 100-sided dice rolls.
It is. Never was a fan of the 100-sided dice. Didn't work very well, I thought. But
Nah, it's
all
too
I
much
know
like
is
a
the
golf ball. Yep.
Yeah, call it the golf ball.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys seem to make it out without anything jumping out and going boogity boogity. And you have emerged out of the ruins of Estronach up to the.
This is probably going to be the harder part anyway.
Mm,
Yep, getting
could
out of
very
here.
well be.
We didn't have a hard time getting in, really. I mean, getting to those stairs was probably
Yeah.
the worst part.
I would like to point out that we, as teenagers, we seem to follow direction very, very well.
It's been a long time since I've been a teenager and I don't have children. Is that unusual?
It's not a given, I'll tell you that.
All right, you're going to move us
Well,
to the
actually,
outside map.
I have 0 now also.
Create more
Working on that,
carnage. More
I'm working on it.
carnage and destruction.
All right, you all should have been moved now to the castle ruins map. You guys come up from down below. Describe how you leave this place.
I leave with my shield above my head as I lead this caterpillar of death that we are. And I honestly think we should leave this direction. And then cut back across.
Through those
What do you guys
ruins
think?
and then south, heading towards the road.
Don't go through the front, back through the front gate. Go through the side. Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah,
go
there's
this
that
way.
hole from that tower.
Yeah, put away my sword and pull out
Ah.
my bow.
What are you doing? Map.
And then cut back to the left.
Yep.
I
And then
think
do
he's
that way.
saying we run out there and then we all scatter in different directions.
just randomly run in a different
Is
direction.
that what all the arrows going everywhere was?
I'll go south. You guys go
That pretty much
northwest.
explains
You
what
know.
we-
They can't track us this way.
All right. Come
think
out.
that's what we
make
did in
we're
Hillbillies
here,
and
then
Hogs.
I will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we should separate.
No,
We can go
yeah.
like
Yeah.
10 feet between us, right? So we're not clumped together.
All right.
Yeah,
So
spread
I
us
will
out
make a
so
sprint
fireball
over
won't.
here.
kill all of us.
Let's see here. Let's see, my sprint is what, 60?
60, yeah.
I can. I should be able to make it to approximately there, and then be able to zigzag back over here to the trees.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Approximately.
Yeah,
All right, everyone.
you go sprinting out there, and you kind of have to expect, arrows and other things to come raining down upon you, but you're surprised to not have any retribution as you leave this place. Maybe there's a reason for that, maybe not, but you all find yourselves somewhat fortunate to not be attacked as you leave this place.
One of
that
you
just
big
felt
guys-
very uncomfortable.
Can one of you big guys carry Fleekin?
He just walks out there like nothing's happening because he's got the big targets in front of him. In fact, everybody's a bigger target.
Pretty much.
How do we know we got what we came for? I guess we won't know until we get back to Mother.
I think
Earlier
the statement.
was that-
I think the statement needs to be said. We have a Theros.
Yes, we have a Theros.
Yeah, but there's.
Also, the what we were told to get was a amulet, and that's what we got. So, and it was in.
Definitely wasn't an amulet.
No,
And
it wasn't an
if it
omelet, and
And if it isn't the right one, tell them to be a little more detailed next time. Maybe a
get
picture,
pictures
a
or something.
drawing.
Yeah,
You know,
We'll just bring Mother with us next time.
It was pretty detailed. They said the hidden one in that
Yep,
room. I
exactly.
mean, this was pretty.
pretty accurately
easy.
description for what we got. So,
As you all leave,
I've never had a job that descriptive.
as you all leave the grounds of these ruins, you recognize that this sense of foreboding had kind of become somewhat normal. As you had approached it, you began to feel that, and it kind of descended upon you, and then you kind of became accustomed to it. But as you leave, it kind of lightens up, and you realize how nervous and how uncomfortable you all were for the last hour and a half or so that you were in this place. And so it's somewhat of a sense of relief as you leave the grounds of these ruins, knowing that there is definitely something beyond evil lurking in these ruins and in this place. And so therefore it is with great relief that you realize that you've accomplished your mission, and you hopefully do not have to ever go back to that place.
yeah, not my idea of a good time.
So as you all work your way back, you find your way past the trail that leads up to the ruins, and then you head back down the road towards the main highway. And nothing jumps out and gets you as you go. So,
I was
We passed all the little creature areas encounters.
I was expecting Garmageddon to come, but
No, not Garmageddon. All right, so I'm going to do this. Give me just one moment, please.
I had to see how that looks spelled.
Right. Sorry, I just have to format a couple of things real fast. We still have an effect on you there. No longer have an effect. Okay, there we go. You. We're gonna move you back over here. And we're gonna move you to this map here. Alright, you guys should be back on the King's Highway map. west of King's Bridge there. All right. All right, so you all have returned to the wagons, and that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted. Okay. You all have returned to the wagons, and it's about mid-morning at this point, and an eager Vestia is waiting for you to arrive, and she gives a smile and raises an eyebrow as you all approach, and lets out a low whistle. Says, "My, Zetis, it seems as if you are back much sooner than we would have expected. Did you accomplish your mission, or did you put your tail between your legs and come back screaming for your mother?" Come on, tell me true.
No, we completed our mission, and we even brought lunch. I point at the gar that's over Theros' shoulder.
He says, "Oh, my dear, you know when to make light of things at the most appropriate times. Dinner, huh? Well, it's not even lunchtime yet. Maybe we should think about getting this on some ice, and we can grill this up here pretty soon. But I think this should feed a good number of us. So tell us about your adventures. Tell us what you encountered."
That keep is cursed. I hope I never have to see it again.
As much as Mother's told us, yes, it would seem so. Was it what kind of things did you encounter in there?
It was guarded by little creatures, and sadly, they were hostile towards us. Of course, we were entering what may have been their home for a long time, but to save ourselves and complete the mission, we had to kill many of them, especially since they were ambushing us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found some kind of twisted servants of the original Lord, who apparently is trapped somewhere in the bowels of that place.
Mother.
And there were many temptations. We resisted them all and made fast progress, just as you commanded.
Mother shows herself as you begin to relay this information. She says, "Twisted things. Tell me more about these twisted things."
I don't know, they look like people or some kind of humanoids that have been broken and really twisted around, and almost like they're walking dead, but then they were throwing different kinds of like energy at us that was very painful.
We met some servant who we released, who helped us get the amulet, who told us that there was a great evil that was lurking below, and magic was pulsating through the keep and was poisoning the servants, the former servants, and they were twisted, evil-looking creatures.
I believe it referred to them as the cursed ones.
I do know of these things. our patrons had mentioned that there was such evil things down in the ruins. So I know and that I could rely on you all, and you found them not to be difficult for you to handle. It seems as if you all are not the worse for wear at this point.
Well, Theros was bitten by that giant fish, but other than that, we managed to come out of it with very few scrapes and bruises.
Well, that is good. That is very good, because you can help with some of the repairs and things that needs to be done. We have found that our wagons have not fared well along the road, and much of what we need to do is work on kind of taking some time to fix these things. And since you have the strength and you don't need to rest as much, we could certainly use your help to put these together. Now, you said that you spoke to a outsider. What did he have to say?
He told us about Lord Astronach and what happened to him and his downward spiral into madness. He said that before the madness struck, that he was a free servant assisting Lord Astronach. But then Lord Astronach bound him and forced him to continue to work for him. He assisted us in solving the riddle to get into the room with the amulet, and then we freed him.
You were quite wise to accept his help and not challenge him. That sounds like that could have been quite unfortunate for you had you have chosen poorly. But you have found the amulet, then. Let me see it. Let me see it.
I will give it to Mother Sylvenza.
This stranger did give us its name.
Yes, yeah.
What
was his name?
Zaidtam Volanu?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Gesundheit.
Lore Keeper of
Yeah,
Swords.
Gesundheit. Yeah.
And something about a realm of Naturalis?
Yes.
Yes, the deific realm of
neutrality. Yeah.
Neutrality, yes. Some who have faith see the realms as a place to ascend to. Others may not, but the deific realms are a place that at some time that we may speak more about. But this is not the time. But there is much rejoicing to be had. I think that we shall relax, maybe sit a bit. I said we had to fix the wagons, but you have definitely brought much fortune upon our troop, because this quest, albeit dangerous, is something that provided this amulet, which, when given to our patrons, will allow us to have much provision and the procure the things that we need to be able to survive this winter, as we do not have as many opportunities to have carnivals throughout the winter. So we can buy the provisions that we need and the other things to
What's it do? What's so special about this amulet?
That is not for you to know at this point. This goes to the patrons, and we will deal with that.
Or wants to ask Mother. He says that the entity told us that he blessed us or gifted us with health and longevity and energy and skill and luck and all kinds of stuff. Can you tell if we've been given some special blessings?
She seems to close her eyes and go into a little bit of a trance when you ask this. And she reaches her hand out and doesn't touch you, but kind of runs her hand over your face with her eyes closed, and she thinks for a moment, or seems to be thinking for a moment, everything, and then opens her eyes back up and puts her arm down and says, I do sense that there was protection placed upon you, but that has waned. I would suspect that it would have offered some healing and a bit of a boon for you of protection as you left that place, but it seems as if it is worn to almost non-existent at this point.
Well, that explains why we didn't see anything on the way out.
Theros will go check on his mother.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and I'm going to go check on Dad, so...
Okay. All right.
Gror's gonna have a sandwich.
So we're gonna have a sandwich, a fish sandwich.
No, dwarves don't eat fish. That's why I stepped on that fish, remember?
All right. That sounds good. So it sounds as if we're going to be hanging out here for a little while today. And I'll let each one of you kind of decide what you would like to do. Bebopping around the camp here. I know that Theros said he was going to go talk to his mom. Kalnassi and Kenna was going to go talk to her dad, Cray. Why don't you, I'll just kind of go through each one of you here and get an idea and then circle back around. One thing that you do know is there's a sense of relief and celebration from the fact that you have gained this item that's needed, and that really the troop now has the opportunity to be able to really make it through the winter. It's always pretty touch and go, but somehow or another, as you've grown up with the troop, you've always realized that as tight as the winters are, and as rationed as things get, and as cold and as sloppy and wet as they could be at times and stuff like that, you always seem to just have enough to get to the spring, the first carnival of the spring, and bring in that what you need. And so you just feel that for the first time ever in your lifetime, that there's this sense of excitement that this year is going to be unlike any year that they've had before. This winter is going to be unlike any winter that you've had before, and that, once you get to Prondadal, where you plan to winter, you should be able to set up camp, not have to feel those hunger pains at night, not wonder if the animals are going to last the winter, and that the blankets will have to be shared with the new Yunstas, and so nights could be cold. Just a lot of things, and everybody seems to have that sense, and there's almost a sense of celebration, and it's all because of the great deed that you guys accomplished in this way. And there's a lot of patting on the back, there's a lot of smiles, there's a lot of appreciation and respect as you've all grown into your own, and knowing what you had learned about what the troop really is makes you realize that you have come into your own, come of age essentially, to provide and to find your place with the troop, and having pledged yourself to the mission and the needs that Mother Salvanza asked if you would previously, really kind of calms your mind for what the future might bring. So all right, so Gror, you said you're going to have a sandwich, or going to sit down and chat with anybody, do you think? Or...
The sandwich maker, and have a draught and a flagon with my father as well.
Okay, all right. Fleegan, what's your plan? Fleegan, what are you planning on doing during this time?
Might be muted.
He must have just decided to go right to sleep or something.
That's a good idea.
You might
I
just
have to
be
on
really
the right
stealthy.
window, apparently. Fleegan's going to go off and Be by
He's just going
himself,
off.
brooding. Yes, brooding.
Brooding. Well, that's no.
Rude away.
Isn't that what they call like gnomes looking
So do
for
you just
women?
go off into the forest there?
You need some gothic.
No,
architect-
he's going to find a section of the camp where there's not as many people.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then Kimber, what's your?
All right,
plan?
Kimber is going to get himself clean while food is being made, and then partake in food. But if he can carry it around with him, and part of his rest is going to be a relaxing stroll around the camp, become quite paranoid. I mean, not long ago, we lost the leader of our great troop to an unknown foe, and I feel that even though we are far from that place now, we are still on a well-traveled road. It could be easily found. So I'm going to make sure and count the kids and make sure by looking at all the faces, that we don't have any unknowns among us. I'm becoming more and more paranoid as I get down the road, as though we're not safe. We can't have gotten away from whatever had happened just a little while ago, just by traveling down a road where anybody could have followed.
Okay. All right. We'll go back around to Theros then. You go, and actually you're surprised to find that Kalnassi at this point is not in Anton's wagon. She seems to be up and about, although moving slowly and somewhat hunched over. You can still she's nowhere near 100%, but she's keeping herself busy, which is what she tends to do. Your sister is trying to stay out of her way. You all have learned that when your mom gets in these fits of frustration, and obviously she lost her husband, so she's in one of those fits of frustration, trying to kind of stay away, but yet there's a concern in your sister's eyes for your mother, and she's just doing, it looks like she's just doing things just to keep her mind off of the reality of the situation at this point.
Upon seeing her, I will go up and give her a big bear hug. One of those prolonged bear hugs.
Yeah. She accepts the bear hug, and she kind of holds on for a lot longer than she normally does. Your mom's not one to normally linger in a hug. She's always very strong, carries a stiff upper lip, and typically she'll just she'll give you a kind of a glancing hug and kind of laugh, and then kind of say something to lighten the mood a little bit and give you a punch in the arm or something. And she doesn't do it at this point.
Right.
She just looks down at you and she says, Theros, your father would be very proud of you. Much has happened in these last few days. And that damn traitor Tatis Sid took him from us. And if I ever see him again, he will wish that we had not crossed paths.
Then I will make it my life's mission to bring him to you, such that you can do so.
I think you can do that.
What he has done to us.
I know you can do that. You really have come into your own. And I am so very thankful for you. I wondered the day you were born if you would follow in your father's footsteps. And I could not be more thankful. for the man that you have grown to be. So, it hurts. I have to be honest. I don't normally say these things, but I knew that our lives could be dangerous in protecting the troop. And I knew there could be a time where this would happen with your father. But after so many years of it not, I guess I came to believe that it wouldn't. But people, betrayal, these things that they do are just the worst. He has a death debt, this man. And I know you will see it through. I know you will see it through. Something tells me
He will
this
pay.
is
Mark.
not the end. We will make him pay. Now, someone tells me that you went fishing. Is that what you did?
Yes, we have for dinner tonight. But these wagons need to be hemmed and fixed, so I will go
why
do
don't
that.
you go on over to Dren, see what you can lend a hand with, and I love you, son.
Love you as well, Mother. Mother Savenska is what we went for. Should we have several troop members be close at hand to her? Should someone seek the amulet?
You know, Mother, if something was to happen, she would know it already and make sure that she is well protected. So I would not worry about her.
You're right.
She is quite upset with herself because she did not see what had happened before. She may have even said such to you. But in this case, I think she would know. She would know. I do not believe that the might of our camp could easily be overcome without her knowing what was to come.
Something bewitched.
So I would not worry about her.
Well, I will do everything in my power.
Hang on, I was video until then.
I'm gonna go fix some wagons and get us on the road. While we sit here, we're vulnerable. We must get moving.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you go off to work on that. I will go to Kenna and Cray. Kenna, tell me what you're doing here.
First, I check to see if Cray is up and about. I mean, he got out of the wagon and fought the night before, but I want to make sure that he didn't end up hurting himself worse by doing that.
Yeah, you go to find him at Anton's wagon because that's where you left him, and Anton says, "You know your father? He decided that it was time for him to go. Well, do the things that he does over in the woods. I think he just wanted to go swing his blade against a tree or something, I don't know. So, maybe go look in the woods over there toward the east. I think you might find him."
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, it's tracking time. I'm going to try to find him.
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival check, please. There we go. You know, as good as your father is slipping in and out of the dark and stuff, he's definitely been hurt.
Yeah. Yep.
He was he was, and you know what his tracks look like. Even he's taught you well. and most people would not be able to find them even in the state that he's in now. Yet your sense of determination at this point and your training from him allows you to pick up his trail fairly easily, and you can tell that from the tracks that he's leaving, he is not in good shape. And you get over near the woods, and you hear the sound of his somewhat muted grunts and what sounds like chopping. And you find yourself into a little clearing where he seems to be using his blades against an old tree and just working away at practicing. But it looks as if the wound on his side is opened a bit. He's got some fresh blood soaking through his shirt. He's kind of listing to one side a little bit, favoring one arm. And as he swings with that arm, it just doesn't seem to have near the speed or the accuracy or even the strength of will. And there's a definite frustration in his eyes as he is working to overcome the disability at this point. And you feel that there has not been a time where you've seen him in this state, and it's very concerning to you.
Well, I'll make sure that I don't startle or surprise him, because I know what can happen from that. So I make my presence known, but peripherally, I let him vent frustration a little bit longer. Then I'll approach and say, Father, I need to tend to your wound. You're bleeding again.
So as you begin to open your mouth, not surprising, and without even looking your direction, he says, Kata, so you've returned.
Yes, Father, we have.
I am thankful that you have returned.
I'm thankful
What I
that
am
you've
not
returned.
thankful for, what I am not thankful for, is this wound that Tata Sid inflicted. Though I'm confused, because I'm not wholly sure that it was him who swung the blade. But I blame him all the same.
He's the one that led you into it, so it is his fault, peripherally or directly.
Yes, but we never saw him. See, that's the thing. I did not see it coming.
That concerns me greatly.
Why did I not see this coming? And he's out of sorts, and your father is never, he's always composed yet stoic and quiet.
Yeah.
And he is agitated beyond anything you've ever seen from him before. And he's definitely frustrated about his wound. I'm not even going to make you roll a perception. He seems to be, it's entirely possible that whatever is wrong with his left arm, he tends to fight with both arms ambidextrously, and whatever is wrong with his left arm may be permanent. He's not happy about that, and you can kind of tell in this case.
Come here, Father, sit. Try to pull him over to a log where I can sit him down.
He gives out kind of a growl, which is his form of sighing. But he acknowledges it. He goes to sit.
Am I able to... I'm going to use Cure Wounds and see if the poison has run its course and if I can get him back seal up that wound on his side at least.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you go ahead and use cure wounds, and it seems to take a much better effect than any of the healing had seemed to be taking before.
Good.
I wouldn't say that you feel as if it's effective as normally your healing would be. So there must still be something lingering there, but whatever has been damaged, it seems as if the healing is not wholly repairing. You know, it's healing the wound, but it's not repairing the damage. And he kind of gives out a sigh of relief. It seems as if the wound that was festering a bit has sealed itself over from the magical healing that you just offered him. So.
I understand how frustrated you must be with this whole situation. We are all going to miss it's hard for me to even say. I can't even imagine what Canassi and Theros are going through with this.
It is, go ahead.
I am nervous to bring this up at this point, but there is something that you've been trying to tell me for days now. And we keep having things interrupt and push it off. What is it that's bothering you about me? Is there something I've done or something I've become that you are disappointed or ashamed of?
No. I am as far from ashamed or disappointed as anyone could be in their child. I am overwhelmingly impressed at what you have accomplished in the past few days, and even to this point in your life. But I need you to know that what has happened to me in these past hours, I must grapple with myself, and I do apologize for this, daughter. But once I have the time to overcome this situation, then I promise you we will sit and talk. I want to tell you more about my past, but I do not believe that I can handle both that
and this. I understand.
Simultaneously.
I will push no further, but I ask that you try not to push any further. You're going to split that wound open again, and I'm not going to heal it next time.
Okay.
Now come have some lunch.
Yes, I was about to say, why don't we go eat? And I will do what you say. You have a lot
There's
of
a first.
You have a lot.
There's a first time for everything, so.
All right, so he reaches out and he grabs your hand, which he never does, and stands up, albeit gingerly, and you guys walk hand in hand back over towards where they have the fire lit, where they're getting ready to grill up some fish. So, all right. Okay, so that probably takes us to Gror. Are you still around there?
I am.
All right. So you go and sit to have a conversation with your dad, Stoof, and a drink and a sandwich, and oh, son, I see that big bow of yours suits you well. Doesn't seem to really fit your size, but it's one big bow. Tell me, how do you like it? Does it work?
It's amazing, Da. You wouldn't believe it, but I nearly shot Theros' nards off and took a leg off of a creature, killing another behind it as well.
Well, sometimes Theros needs to be cut down a notch or two, even if his nards go flying in the process.
Was my finest shot, I say.
Wow.
So glad to be back home.
Oh,
I thought we would be gone quite a bit longer.
yeah, from what the mother was saying, it sounds like you would probably have been there at least most of the day. I'm glad that you are back now, but wish I could get up and move about and help some more. But I tell you, my bones have been aching. I fear a bad storm is brewing. We're not ready to weather it, but I think we just need to get ready for that storm, because something's a coming. Something's a coming. I'm sure of it. I just know it.
I don't need to rest more than just to eat. Tell me what I can do. I will try to find some material to make sure that Snickerdoodle and Billy are well provided and protected as well.
I'd recommend that you keep a good eye on them. Those are some good companions that you have acquired, and what's the dog's name? Killer?
Yes, that's
Killer.
right.
Yeah, it's Killer.
Yeah. So you have Snickerdoodle and Killer and Billy, right? Billy is he's a feisty one over there. He tends to keep all the rest of them goats in line, but he does good. He's got that armor on him, and I'd like to see him. I think he thinks that he's kind of the king of the group now, because they can't really seem to get around him much. But Killer, he's been a good dog and fine companion. And something about him and his big long pink tongue as he sits there and wags it just makes your mom feel so much better, as she sometimes just has her bouts of the disease she suffers from. So I'm so glad that you brought him home to her, and I'm so glad that you're here with us. I had a fear, son, that you might be leaving. Just kind of just felt like that was time for you. And seems with as much as you've been doing around here lately with what's been going on. Tell me, are you still planning on leaving, or are you gonna hang with us for some time?
I don't want to abandon you, that's for certain. Your safety is my first concern.
Well, that is quite good to hear, because we don't want to be separated, and I don't want to keep you from doing the things that you like to do, my son. But I know that your life is not what our life is, and that there's no desire for you to carry on with the family brew and keep brewing things. But I know you have the skill, and I don't expect you to be doing all of that. But I sure hope that someday I'll be able to see you grow into your future, and find what it is that your future has to hold for you. Yes.
I keep the tradition sacred and will always think to brew when there's time. Never better than to drink it with you like now. I also have this fabulous idea for a sandwich Mom can make. Think it should come in some flatbread and have lamb grilled in it. Think we should call it the Dwarven Gyro.
Oh, that sounds
Should
marvelous.
look kind of like this. Tomatoes, special tzatziki sauce
Look at that.
as well.
Created in the year of the dwarf.
Oh, that is yummy. You're making me hungry now. I think you need to talk with your mom about that and give her that recipe. I think that sounds quite wonderful. Is it grilled on a rotating spit with some
Yes.
wonderful spices and just
Vertically,
shaved
like
off?
the Dwarven
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. Oh,
A
that's
vertical
the
spit,
best.
not sideways like the elves and other fools, you know.
Is there a
Vertical.
Is there a side that goes with that? It's made of some grain, wheat, some fine wheat that has some mint and some lemon juice, tomatoes. It just kind of has acidic brightens up the flavors. It's wonderful
Okay,
stuff, is it not?
I just had dinner before this whole thing started. Now I'm hungry again. Thanks, guys.
I want to shut my camera off to start eating as soon as we're done with this. I'm telling you.
So a little quick aside. So my wife makes a wonderful tabbouleh, and we were talking about the brightening up of flavors with the stuff that has citric acid in it, and we've been having a conversation about that the last couple of days. So she's sitting in the room here, and but I think your discussion of the gyro was perfect timing for that. So she got a chuckle out of that and just threw something at me.
You used it well, and I think you might have got extra bonus points for it.
He says he thinks I got extra bonus points. All right. Any other discussions you'd like to have with your father?
No, I mean that's pretty much it. Other than going to try to get that sandwich developed and made, and tending to those animals, making sure they have a spot, that they're safe in case there is this, storm and whatever coming. Helping whoever does that, and fixing the wagon if there's anything or any brewing stuff needed, whatever. Just do the Groar do list
the,
now.
Dwarven stomp on something.
And I just heard Casey. It just came in through my ear. You got inspiration for the tabbouleh story.
Oh, great.
And
oh, cool.
Term
DM
usage.
inspiration. That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh God.
Yeah. We'll do that. All right. Fleegan, you still there?
Indeed, I am.
All right. You have been sitting by yourself for some time. And
Whittling away at sticks, and everything seems to come out as pointy little sticks, spears, for some reason.
Mother Salpensa comes over and sits down next to you.
Mute while you're eating, Trey.
Says, I feel, my Zetis, that you're struggling with something. Would you like to talk?
Yes, no, maybe, sort of. Maybe. Yes, it's all these dreams I keep having and nightmares. And it seems like, we went into this castle thing. And all we do is kill things. I mean, here's these little rat things, and what did we ever do to them?
I am not surprised, having watched you grow, that this kind of thing would be bothersome to you. But I also have suspected for some time that you may have been gifted with the sight.
The
In some
sight,
ways, what is that?
does death seem to follow these people with the sight? I mean, I've never seen you kill anybody.
The sight is supposed to be for the Ceres. There is not much that is said that does not portend great evil when it comes to the sight being for the seer. Though you may have been gifted with the sight, I would wonder, is this something that you wish to follow?
Are you saying it might not be the sight? Am I just going crazy then?
Oh, I do not think you are crazy. I think that it is very rare and it does not happen but once in many generations that a seer comes to pass, but I must be honest, and I think that you can handle this. The prophecies foretold that those with the sight such as you come with portents of great evil. Now understand that that does not mean that you are evil, but that we are worried about what may be coming in this year. Though we are very thankful that what you have done provided us with the means that we need to survive this winter more comfortably than we have in many years past. I do not know what the Year of Dark Dreams may hold, but the appearance of Zaragast, that red star, is not something that I feel very comfortable about, and that this world may be changing beyond what we desire it to be. And so all I can ask of you, Fleegan, is that you watch and pay attention to what is going on in this world. And because you care for those, even that may be dangerous to you, is a sign that you may be a catalyst for change. So I implore you to seek that and keep that close.
Will you help me?
I will help you as much as you need. Do not be afraid to ever ask questions of me, and I will find the time for you always. And once we get to Pont de Dole, I shall even begin to guide and train you, and work through testing to see if this truly is a gift, or if
I'm just
something
crazy.
deviation. You are not crazy. It's either a gift or it is something else that we will work towards. I have my thoughts, but as of right now, I could not even speak of them, because I do not think it is the time. Let us get to Pronadol, and we can spend the winter lurking and training and seeking towards what your future may be. Sound good?
As always, Mother, I will.
Now, what I think that
Do
you
the
need,
best.
I think that... Good. But I think you need, and I know you do not eat enough. You must eat more, okay? So why don't we go get some of that fish that you brought? Okay?
Well, it did bite Theros, so if we ate the fish, would that mean we'd be like biting Theros? I'm in.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect. No. I think we will just bite it back. How does that sound?
As always, Mother, your wisdom is far outreaches mine.
Okay. So, she gets up and hobbles over towards the cooking fires. You're welcome to follow if you want, or continue to whittle your sticks.
I will take the current stick I'm whittling into a spear and throw it into the forest and follow her.
You hear a squeak as it hits a squirrel. No. All right,
You mean
Kimber.
a forest rat?
Kimber, you there?
Yes.
All right. The Yunsas are actually somewhat more animated than usual. I'm not quite sure if it's a full Luneos tonight or not, but they seem to be a bit spastic. And so as you're trying to check on them and corral them, you're finding it's quite difficult because they're not really sure what to think of you and what you're trying to do. But they're kind of running circles around you at this point. How are you handling that?
I'm unusually concerned. There's a concerned look on my face. When I'm usually around the kids, I try to enjoy them and share in their laughter. And, I've always felt as though I was like their uncle, someone that they could come to for anything, yet I don't have to change their clothes or feed them properly. I can sort of indulge them and play in their games and things like that. And right now I'm unusually not in the mood for goofing off. I'm really adamant to get the count done. If I have to move further back away or even act as though I left and then kind of count them at a distance, I may do that. But I still try to put on the facade that isn't, what I just said isn't so. But I'm sure it's to the more keen kids that it's pretty obvious to them if they're paying attention. But I don't raise my voice, and I don't grab them and make them line up or anything like that.
Trum and Trim keep trying to pick on you a little bit because they're just a couple little snots, really. And they pick around a bit, but you go ahead and give me just a straight up wisdom check. I'm
wow.
not sure what words you use, but yeah, you do your very best to find a way to completely put them in their place, and before you know it, they're not only apologizing for what they were doing, they're actually starting to tell you about some of the other things that they had done earlier that were detrimental to some others in the troop, and you are able to admonish them to do the right thing and go make amends for what they've done. So,
I'm just seeing the scene from Goonies with the kid crying, and then in 3rd grade.
And after that happens, you feel a little tug on your tunic, and you turn around and you look down and you see Vezi standing there with big tear in her eye. She says, Kimber, can we talk?
I kneel down and say, of course. What is it?
I don't know who to talk to about this, and though I love to talk with Fleegan, I'm just afraid that he won't understand and that he will be upset. And you're always so kind to us, and you're always checking on us, and I just don't know who to tell, but I'm really scared because I've been having these dreams, and I don't know what to do about them, and I want them to go away, and I don't know what they mean, and in these dreams they're about this crazy burning monster. He's made of green fire, and I don't know why, but I keep having it, and I don't want it to go on anymore, but I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to talk to, and can you help me? Can you tell me what I need to do to make it go away? I don't want to see the green burning monster anymore.
I can do my best. I'm here for you. You can tell me every detail if you wish, or you can just feel safe with me and we can go and have some food and maybe something sweet to drink along with it. Have you spoken with Mother Salvenza? She is quite wise, and she has the gift, and she has many dreams, and I'm sure many of those dreams are very disturbing, and she may be able to share how she is able to cope with such stress from her dreams, and maybe she's got some secrets she can share with you on how to make the dreams go away.
Well, she's Mother, and I don't. She's got so much to do, and I'm afraid to bother her with all of this. But if you think that is the best, then maybe I shouldn't be afraid to go talk to her. So,
well,
maybe that is a good idea.
Let me ask you: have these dreams ever physically harmed you? Have they hurt you in any way?
I don't think so. I've never been hurt. I just wake up. I'm so scared, and I'm breathing hard, and
okay,
I'm kind of sweating, and I don't like what I've seen, and I just want it to stop, and I don't know what to do about it.
Okay, so the dreams cannot hurt you. That is a good thing. Now, are you able to change the dreams, or are they the same every time?
No, they are the same every time. Every time. I think they've been going on for like the last 3 nights, and ever since that night that I saw the bad thing.
Ah, that's where it started. I don't know if it means anything or if it's even connected, for I have nightmares occasionally, and they're not really associated at all with what has happened to cause them. It is just my imagination creating whatever fear or stress I am having that just manifests itself into a dream. But I do know that we shouldn't just ignore them. Some dreams aren't just dreams. They mean something. But I suggest you see if you can change the dream. See if you have any control over your dream. Now, making it go away completely, that is also up to you. And in the state that you are, how upset you are, it is probably only going to cause the dream to come back, for it is the forefront of your mind. You've put it ahead of everything else. You need to somehow put your companions, your friends, the things you like to do, the food you like to eat, the animals you like to play with, bring those ahead and into the forefront of your mind. And perhaps this dream can be squashed and buried by them. The power that those things bring, the joy and the blessed experiences that you have as a kid, can easily vanquish any evil that comes forth. Use that as a sword to take it down. I have practiced this myself, for I don't know if you know it, because many don't. My childhood was taken from me, and luckily the troop had brought me back in and rescued me and brought me back to a civilized world where I can trust the people around me. It took a very long time to trust, but things can change and become good again. You are not. Don't feel that this is something that you're going to have to deal with the rest of your life. It is temporary. It is only a dream. But I wished, if you don't mind, speak with Mother and describe the dream that you had, if you wouldn't mind, detailing it out for me. And then after that, I wish that you put it away. You've shared it, and if you allow me, I will share it with Mother and see if it has anything that we should worry about.
Thank you, Kimber. I already feel better, and I think you are right. I think I can go to Mother and talk with her about this, and maybe she can help, and if I can't and I need your help, I will come and find you. But you're so gracious, and thank you. So I appreciate you so much.
Is she able to detail any more about the dream, or is it just the same thing about the green fiery monster?
Really, that's all she can recall from the fact that it's just so horrific that's what stands out, and the rest of it is just that function of you wake up from a dream and it seems so vivid, but then you can't remember any more than just the primary key detail of the moment. So
is there
that's
any
all she can keep circling back upon.
Is there any religious aspect or anything I may have heard of a green fiery monster, like it symbolizes something, it sort of fits in for this year of darkness?
Go ahead and give me a religion check. No, nothing that you've studied.
Well,
Indicate that.
just so you know, even though we have had this talk and I have said that you can handle it yourself, it does not mean I wish for you to do so. I am here. You can speak to me at any time. Even if you walk away and something you need to say immediately, just turn around and feel free to tell it to me. If tomorrow, the next day, or the next week, the next month, the rest of your life, I will be here for you to speak to. And my wisdom, or whatever it is that I impart on you, don't take it as the only way or the most correct answer, for I am learning every day. I learn from you. I learn from everyone. Age does not mean that that we know everything, and there is nothing more that we can learn. So speak with me. If these things do not help or work, feel free to confide in me, or if you find Fleegan and wish to tell him, do so.
Okay, I will. I will.
We have much to celebrate. Let's see if we can have some fun. I will try to myself. I know I am looking quite serious right now. But after I am done doing what I need to do, I am going to partake in the food and the fun and everything. Maybe we play a game later.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you. I'm gonna go get something to eat now, and then maybe I'll go find Mother. All right. Fleegan, you still there?
muted if you are.
Fleegan, you still there?
Got a yes in the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like he's.
I don't know if. Okay, yeah.
There we are.
Yeah, now I hear you. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I had mentioned you threw your stick and you thought it might have hit something. You actually saw a chipmunk jump out of the bush when you threw your stick into the bushes there, and you're not surprised that you might have scared something and everything, but something odd happens as the chipmunk kind of scurries away a little bit. You seem to see it fade and then transform into a bird and then fly away.
Okay, well, Fleegan is going crazy.
That's
A
funny.
chipmunk's okay. If it was a squirrel, I mean, forest rat, honestly. Chipmunks are okay. They're thumbs up. Ew. Does the bird look like one of the birds that's been stalking us?
No. Just it looked like. I mean, it could have been just a robin or something like that. It was just kind of some innocuous bird, and it's weird. I mean, it was a chipmunk, and then all of a sudden it kind of faded, and then it all of a sudden transformed into a bird, and then the bird flew away.
Sure, it wasn't a wren.
No, it was bigger than a wren. So, but
I will go to find Mother if she is available and mention said fact to her.
You're having trouble finding her for some reason as you're looking around there. But I will say that McKenna, as you and Cray are heading back towards getting some lunch there, you notice kind of hanging in one of the trees, there's a small object, and it doesn't look like just a branch or a pine cone or anything like that. It looks different than anything you knows, and it kind of catches your eye.
Okay, I'll try to grab it, whatever it is, see what it is.
Okay. You're able to go over and take a look at it, and it looks like it's just kind of a haphazard arrangement of several twigs tied together with grass and a rough twine. It actually forms a crude triangular pyramid shape that can stand on its own, and it looks something like almost a stick figure of a humanoid from some certain angles. And in the center of this triangular shaped thing is a bundle of grass and hair, or perhaps it could be fur from an unknown creature, but you're not quite sure exactly. But there seems to be like an acorn sitting amongst the fur in this location.
Father, have you ever seen something like this?
I do recall having seen something similar, much younger age. I believe it's some sort of bird trap. Something is trapping birds. That is quite interesting.
use an acorn to trap birds?
Do not know.
I'm gonna take it with me.
Okay.
Just so I can examine it and try to figure out how it works.
Okay. All right. So, you all then, after the discussions you've had with your various individuals throughout the camp, find yourselves back at lunchtime, and the troop has gathered, and it's almost an impromptu tent fire sort of atmosphere, and the atmosphere is quite jovial, and you find that through the emotion of the different conversations that you've had just now, the lightheartedness of the event and the celebration that's going on really kind of just lightens the mood enough to the point to where you all can kind of put your hair down and relax a bit, eat some fish, have some good drink, and just kind of listen to some of the conversations that are going on around the tent fire, and you hear a number of things said that just in passing of various things like that. One thing that stands out, one of you hear is you hear one of your fellow troop members say, I swear by Quistis, I was on watch last night looking right at that disgusting bloody star, and I heard something behind me. I turned to see what it was, but I didn't see nothing at all. But now that red star was staring down at me from the other side of the sky, and I looked back again where I'd seen it for hours. It was like I had never seen it before. It's quite strange, quite strange. Then you hear one of the others just saying, I can't wait till we get to Prondadal and get settled for the winter. I hate traveling when it's cold. It'll be good to celebrate Winter's Dance and Fool's Day and try to put these evil times behind us. Ivan here, a few of the halfling barkeepers in town are planning to put on an extra big feast of New Day. And it'll be in a warehouse at the edge of town, and it shouldn't be too hard to sneak in for a few pints. It'll be fun. Kind of somewhat of a downer statement, even though in all the jovialness that's going on, but some people are still struggling with the trauma of the situation of the previous day. You hear somebody say, I still can't believe Borag is gone. With the Bunduran injured and they're grieving, and Mother Salvenza seems to be having some kind of comatose fits. It's real strange. The troop feels like coming apart at the seams. I don't know, what are we gonna do? Who's gonna lead the troop after all of this? But, most of this kind of talk seems to have been surpassed by the joy of the situation at hand, and you hear another say, I heard that across the Wormrest in Karst, they expelled all 3 Hanatas troops that were traveling in that country, and they closed down the borders to anyone with a blood touch. With winter about, I don't know how any of those troops are going to be able to get by. It's crazy. Hear somebody else say, have you seen Kalnassi? Bless her poor soul. It's like the fire's plumb vanished from her spirit. I seen her working her hands to the bone, even though her wounds still weep. She just seems so hopeless. Wonder what's to become of us with our Bravda gone, our Vendra broken.
There'll be no more talk of that.
Oh,
Theros will get a
sorry, Theros.
little peep.
Sorry, Theros. Didn't realize you was there. I should think better about that. Sorry.
Just the troop has survived for hundreds of years. They have lost in the past. We will survive. We will do what we have to. We're not going to fall apart. We're family.
Yeah, there is time for mourning someone, and everyone needs to do that. I'm sure she is a very strong woman, and once she realizes that Theros and some of the older Hanatas will be able to come together and we can take care of business. But as you brought up before, I am worried about these troops that are in trouble, and I wish there was something we could do for them. But we must take care of ourselves, and if we do not take care of ourselves, we cannot take care of anybody else. So that is something we need to do first, and then look into helping others as we can.
Well spoken.
Yeah, you get nods of respect and understanding, and the talk about that kind of settles down. So you do hear one other thing somebody say. They say, have you heard of the fortress that's said to be out in the bog there? I hear tell there's a beautiful elf maid who lives in the ruins and grants a boon to anyone who braves the swamp to reach her. Only thing is, any that do find her get bewitched by her beauty and choose to live in the castle with her forever as her consort. But that doesn't seem too poor a fate to me.
I think we all have had experience of having to pry one of our fellow brothers and sisters away from their drunken, situations of trying to wander off and stay where they should not.
You're more likely to end up in the stomach of a giant toad in those bogs than you are to find an elven princess.
As the conversations continue and you guys hear some of these things and stuff, Grayson stands up and grabs his lute and starts to play a song, and everybody starts to sing a rousing tune. And we've done Myra and the Ugly Troll enough times. I won't subject you to that again. But,
Thank you.
there's enough fun other songs that he likes to sing, and you all are excited about it. And Grelda, his companion, begins to strike up a tune that makes everybody somewhat joyous, and they get up and they start to dance. The Yunstas, a couple of them come over and they grab Krita and Joe Vessa come over and grab Kimber's hands, one on one side and one on the other, and then Joe Vessa reaches over and she grabs Fleegan's hand with her other hand, and they get up and start to dance kind of a snaking line as the rest of the youngsters kind of get in line. And so you have Joe Vessa and Krita and Vezi and Trem and Trum and Janig and I can't remember the names of the others, but they all begin to dance around, and you guys start to making just kind of a snake around as people are clapping and cheering and singing as this is going on. It's been quite some time since a number of days, really, since it's been this joyful of a time. And Cladsby, the games keeper from the gaming tents, comes on over to Kenna and Theros and Gror and asks if you all would like to sit down and play a round of Fools Down, or a few rounds of Fools Down, and he'll spot you some coin if you want to get started, and then whoever pulls out as the winner can take the lot of it. So Fools Down is basically like a small friendly poker tournament in a sense. So so while the others are dancing, the other three can play Fools Down if they'd like to. Or are you in, my friends?
Which one is this? Is this the
This is Fools Down using the deck of Perilous Fortuity.
No, I meant the games keeper. Is it he the one that looks like the devil with a cigar in his mouth?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's Abyssal Touch. He's Abyssal Touch.
Just checking.
Nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I'm in.
So, yeah. Okay.
I got some coin. I'm in.
Theros, you in?
Take your coin.
All right. Gror, you in?
Gror says, "Aye, but first I'll be right back," and he goes over to request they play a rousing duet that he really loves when they sing "Paradise by the Buckboard Lights."
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you gave me inspiration, because maybe I'll use that here. So, so we're not actually going to play Fools Down because I don't have the card deck in this game.
Yep.
And I don't even know the rules, but I'm going to learn them soon. Because believe it or not, we are going to bring Fools Down to Gen Con. We're going to play Fools Down at Gen Con.
Nice.
And
too bad I'm going to be at Origins this year, not Gen Con.
Yeah, you're going to Origins instead. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we're going to do some rolls here. So Fools Down is basically a poker game. So we're going to do some rolls. So it's a bluffing game in a sense. And so what we want to do is we're going to deal out a hand of cards to each of you. And what I want you to do is go ahead and make a bet, and then tell me what your persona is with the hand that you got. And what I should probably do at this point is send each one of you a little note here. So give me just a second. Wow, there's a lot of things in here. This is going to be hard. Hang on just a second. All right. Well, I'm not going to do it there. So just a second here. Okay, I'm going to message you in Discord, so... All right. All right, so you each should have gotten a personal message from me in Discord.
Yeah, I'm having a problem. It's not showing up for some reason. Give me a sec here. There we go.
Theros, did you get it?
I did.
Okay.
Does this go
Trey,
in
did you get it?
rounds like regular poker, or is this one bet, one hand?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of rounds here.
And each round is a new hand?
No. Well, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like...
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So 3 rounds. Each round is a modification to your hand, but everything will stack up. So, Trey, did you get my message? Trey, you're muted if you're trying to talk to me.
I got your message.
Okay. All right. So, So Clasby deals out the hands there, and the ante is a sylve. So you each slide a sylve out there, and he covers your ante for you. So he chips all that in. So there's 4 sylves right now in the pot. Okay, and he gives a little puff of his cigar, and you see a little smile on his face, a little mischievous smile on his face, and he dealt first to Kenna, and so Kenna gets to go first. He says, "It's you, my dear. Do you want to call, or I'm sorry, do you want to raise, or do you want to fold, or do you want to pass?"
Ooh, I'll raise 1 cell.
Okay, Kenna, the lady puts in a silver. Go ahead and give me a well, tell me, how are we gonna do this? Send me a message on what you're doing. So each one of you go ahead and send me a return message on whether you're wanting to bluff or something else. Okay? Okay.
Riveting radio for our listeners, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course, I'm reading stuff. So, yeah. So, it looks like Theros looks each one of you in the eye, and then he raises a sylve. Anything else you want to say about that, Theros? If you're muted or something, I didn't hear you.
I keyed up and then unkeyed. That's my.
Okay. He's very stoic, apparently. So anything, Kenna, you wanna describe in what you're doing?
Kenna looks at her hand as if it's not horrible, but not amazing. She kind of doesn't have a great poker face, but she's kind of looking at everybody else, trying to figure out, what their hands are based on what the way they're looking at their cards.
Okay. All right, and then Gror, you have any description of what you're doing visually with the rest of the players?
Gror keeps kind of putting his cards down and then looking back at it and like counting his money and then looking back at his cards and counting his money. And like he's ready to bet and then he kind of like puts it back in the pile.
Okay. All right. Everybody go ahead and give me just a straight up charisma roll, please. Right, I like that.
Mm.
So, okay, that looks really good. So Theros, he's played this game before, but you've all known that he's got this tell when he's trying to act nonchalant about things that in reality he is quite a bit uncertain about what it is he's supposed to be doing. And you can tell that he really has nothing. Absolutely nothing. Kenna is, doing her thing, and whether or not you can tell if she's bluffing or she's got a good hand or a bad hand is really hard to tell. But it's kind of, at this point in the game, it's kind of unknown. Gror, on the other hand, you have absolutely no idea what kind of hand he has. And he could be bluffing, he could have the best hand ever. It's just kind of hard to tell. So at this point, we'll go into the next round, and I am going to send you another message. As things change a little bit as the cards are dealt out. All right. Cladsby kind of laughs at Theros. And he's like, oh, son, you've never been good at this. Might as well just go ahead and fold now. So we'll start with Theros. What do you say or do? Theros doesn't even say a word. He just puts his cards down and walks away from the table. Now he throws his cards down. Okay. Kenna, what do you do in response to this? In response to your hand?
I'm going to basically call and match any bids that come in, but I'm not going to raise anything.
Okay, so you don't raise it. You just hold at this point. Let the Wookiee win, huh, Kimber? Okay, so Ken is just kind of holding pat, and Cloudsby is like, dear, I know what you're doing when you do these kind of things, so you got to be a little more careful with your tells. But someday you'll learn. Now, Gror, friend, I'm eager to see what you got. And go ahead and announce what you want to do there, Gror. I'm reading it. So it looks like. Do you want to say it out loud, or you just want me?
Yeah. Gror looks like he doesn't necessarily think there's a great chance, but like he won't give up the fight to you. So he'll not just call your bets, he'll raise it by the smallest amount allowed. Smallest coin we have, or smallest percentage if we have a...
Yeah, smallest coin would be a cop at this point. So it comes back around to you and you raise it a cop. So without even a second glance, the dealer Cladsby flicks in a cop, and it comes back around to Kenna. Are you gonna see that?
I'll see it.
All right, so she calls at this point. All right, so we go into the third round. And I think we're up to, what do we got? We got 4 sylves and 3 cops. So then we have
It's
all
got
right.
too quiet.
So we're dealt out again.
Oh.
And what's that?
I was just asking what was going on. I realized you were just playing a serious game of cards.
We are playing a serious game of cards, yes. Kind of an impromptu game of fools down here. But it's getting quite serious as there's a little bit of money going. And Cladsby takes and throws a gold down on the table as he looks each one of you in the eyes and takes a puff of smoke and blows out just a long exhale of smoke into the air, and doesn't smile, doesn't do anything else other than just throw a gold onto the table. So, Kenna, you want to describe what you're doing? I see it here.
Kenna bites her lips, bites her bottom lip, and looks like she's trying to hold back a grin. And she'll match the gold.
Okay. All right.
Are there actual
And then,
cards being played and I just don't see them?
No, I don't have any cards down.
Oh, okay,
No.
just making sure.
No, I don't have the deck in this instance of the game, and I probably should put it in here.
Casino of the Mind.
Casino of the Mind, huh?
Yeah, if we ever have to stop a session due to missing a person, we could always play cards.
Yeah. Oh, I have. Yeah, we could do that at some point. So, Gror, can you describe what it is that you're doing?
Well, I guess I didn't bet first, so I will call and raise my 2 largest coins. If I have gold,
Okay.
I'll bet 2 gold, as opposed
Okay.
to.
All right. So you call
Raise
with
it.
the gold. You put down. Yeah, you raise 2 more gold, and Cladsby goes, "Whoo! Wow, this is interesting." Go ahead and each of you give me a charisma check again, please.
Whoa.
Weren't you saying these dice are broken? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. That's not bad. That's not bad right there. So, all right. Well, it's getting somewhat intense up in here at this point, and Cladsby sees those other 2 golds go down. And so right now it's 4 sylves, 3 cops, 5 golds, and it's up to Cladsby to call or raise or fold. And you can tell when he gets serious. He was kind of playing with you there for a little bit, but you can tell shit just got real on this one. So he looks at that and he thinks around in his head a little bit, and he goes ahead and he looks at Kenna and he shakes his head, almost in a disappointed look, and he looks over at Gror. And he just kind of nods. He gives you the ever so slight of a nod of respect. And he takes his cards and he folds at this point.
Gror says, "I wouldn't have hit you if you beat me."
So it is between Gror and Kenna. So Kenna, Gror just raised it 2 gold.
Looking at my sheet, I've got a nice little stack of gold. I will match that and raise it 2 more.
All right, Kenna matches that for 2 more gold. So, and do you say anything or do anything in the process?
Nope. Just stare Gror directly in the eyes.
Okay. All right, Gror, it's back up 2 more gold. Do you want to call or do you want to see it and raise?
Gror looks at Kenna, signaling that he's not about to bet his own money, that he's only playing with Jason's money. And he sees your bet and raises it 2 more gold.
All right, well, it's back to Kenna then.
I'll call.
You go ahead and call. So let's see if my math is right. So we have 4 Sylve, 3 Cops. We were okay. I think if I got it written down right, we went up to 14 gold. That sound about right?
Yeah.
Think so.
Okay,
14 or
14 gold, 14 gold, 4 Sylves, and 3 Cops. That's a pretty good pot right there. And you can see that old Clasby is quite entertained by what's going down at this point. So, Kenna calls. Does she say anything when she calls?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, Gror, I guess it's up to you because she paid to see the cards, so you have the response as you show your cards.
Okay. So he turns over his cards, the lowest one first. Then he plays another card that's just 1 higher than it. Another card that's just 1 higher than that. And he holds the other 2 back and stops and looks at it by 1 eye, like really closely. And you notice that they're all the same suit. And he puts 1 more down of the same suit, but it's not in sequence. It's just a little separated from the other 3. And he looks at you like you normally see him look at women when he thinks he's got a shot. And he goes, I bet you know what this card is, don't you?
I have an idea.
And he plays it in that little gap between the other 2, and it's in sequence and all suited. Has a straight flush. Of whatever the hell numbers and suits we use. I don't know.
That worst. It's fine. I love it.
I want them to
love
be dwarves. I don't know if we do that or not, but you know. Axes. I don't know.
It would I think it would probably be numbers on up or something like that, but we'll talk more about that another time. But anyhow, sorry, I should have sent this earlier.
All right. I'll just set my cards down and push the pot over to him.
Well, there you go.
He laughs loudly and throws his hands up and pounds on the table. And he goes, "This is great. I love cards. Except when I lose."
Well, you didn't lose. So you guys had a rousing game of Fools Down. Gror takes the pot. Cladsby goffs very loudly, pounds you on the back and says, I got a cigar here for you, son. Do you smoke a stogie?
Oh, I mean, not with Ma and Da around.
Well, maybe another time then. Maybe another time. But that was good. That was good. Boy, I thought I had you figured out, and I was pretty sure you weren't a bluff in there, but I didn't know exactly what it was that you had. But it got a bit rich for me, so I'm glad to see you pull that out. A lot of people don't pull the wool over my eyes, especially in this situation. So, especially when he rolls a natural 20. But anyhow, yeah, lots of fun there. So all to say that the celebration continues, and the working on the wagons and stuff kind of slows down because it's just a time for everybody to get excited. So for the rest of the afternoon on into the evening, it just becomes one big relaxing family gathering and party, and even with the consideration of what's to come, it just kind of felt like we're all here together, we're all having a great time, and maybe we should all just kind of gather around and enjoy ourselves. And so they do that on into the night and realize that we'll just go ahead and set up and keep the camp here. Well, not set up, it was set up the night before, but we'll keep the camp here. We'll just go ahead and get a fresh start in the morning, and we'll head on up the road towards Kingsbridge tomorrow. So with all that you've learned and all that you've spoken with all of your colleagues in the troop, you have just a good evening, and really the first time you've had an opportunity to really talk with and enjoy the presence of the family in quite some time. It was a busy fall season with Carnival. It seemed like there was, if it wasn't day after day of doing the various things that are needed to keep Carnival going, or it was the hard days of packing up or unpacking for the different carnivals. It was just hard days of travel on the road and not knowing exactly what you all are going to have. And this is the first time in a long time where it just didn't feel like that. It's just a good time hanging out with the whole crew. And you find near the end of the night, Mother and Vestia come over, and they ask if you had gained any coin or anything from your venture, or any other special items or anything from your venture into Estronach. And I honestly don't think you guys did you?
Nope.
We followed her
found a great
instructions.
amulet.
Well, I
the
mean, I've
amulet
got-
was given, yeah,
I've got
fish.
20 pitch arrows.
but, yeah.
A fish with a
Well,
footprint on it.
Fish with a big old footprint, yeah. Well, and yeah, the bones of that are kind of laying there as everybody picked it clean. It was actually pretty tasty, and they cooked it up real good. Son of Sea does a great job cooking up that stuff. But Taline and Fizbin and Zanny put on a great comic show. Vestia and Skizig, do some wonderful illusions that you guys hadn't seen before, and just absolutely spectacular. The kids are happy, they're well behaved. Whatever Kimber did to kind of get them encouraged and settled down was just tremendous. And the food is good, the drink is good, and it's just so relaxing.
I will put on my silks and join the dancers when they get up to do something.
Okay, that sounds really good. Yeah, you find that tonight is just a night where, though you often find yourself not quite getting through a routine without knowing that you could do a little better, tonight feels like you're able to just have that perfect routine that you've always strived for. And it just makes you feel good with a sense of pride and encouragement. Fleegan, your talk with Mother seemed to kind of set your mind towards knowing that you have a solid future direction on learning more about who you are and what you're to become, and that she's going to help guide you through whatever questions ail you. Theros, you see your mom calm down significantly, and you feel very closer than you have in a long time with your mom, and you're quite comfortable with that, and very thankful for it. And
I'll also
Glor,
try not to. I'll try not to mother my father too much.
Well, he's still not. He's still nowhere near 100%. But you just feel like you can tell he's thankful that you're there for him and with him. He appreciates that kindly. And Gror's just so excited that he was able to get that special gyro sandwich with a side of tabbouleh and tzatziki on it, and munch that down, wash it down with some good old drink, maybe more than he should have, and knowing that he's got a pocket full of winnings that he wouldn't otherwise have, and did a good job with it. So all of that to say, those items, the special items that you were given before your trip up to Astronach, the troop leaders at this point say you've earned them. You are welcome to keep them. So anything special that you were given, I know the big bow was one of them. Those are yours for the keeping now. So I think there was like a lucky sword or something like that too, wasn't there?
Who said that to Gror?
Speed, wasn't it?
I think it was of speed.
Yeah, Sword of Speed. I've got that.
Special.
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember what else, if anything, you guys got, but
Silver.
whatever it was
proof,
special you got to keep. What's that?
The Wand of Flame.
Yeah.
If I get to keep the Sword of Speed, I will go ahead and give the troop my offhanded Cyrillic Wakizashi, because I won't need it anymore.
Okay.
In fact,
that is quite appropriate.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
All
So,
right.
do we have
So
all
with-
these items? We have the healing potion, strength potion, wad of flame, sword, speed, silver poof powder, and lucky longbow. Is that
Yep,
correct?
you guys have all that stuff, and you get to keep all that stuff.
Who had the silver poop powder?
I feel like I might have had it just as like a
Yeah, I think
way
so.
to disappear and like heal people or something like that, but it could be passed around. I mean, it's whoever can use it for whatever situation.
All right. So, since the celebration kind of went on through the afternoon and the day, and knowing that, they've kind of let the day get by, and the enjoyment has kind of come to a close, the celebration doesn't go late into the night, but everybody realizes it's probably time to go ahead and bed down for the night, get some rest, and get an early start to head on up the road before things change. And so you all find yourselves in your bunk, nice and comfortable, feeling good, feeling happy, and you go ahead and get yourselves to sleep. So, count that as a long rest. And as we finish up this session, know that we will start the next session with a nice long rest in place, and you all hopefully have a wonderful rest of your end of summer holiday weekend coming up here this weekend. And
Yes.
we will reconvene again
Wait.
as we discussed
Beginning
early
of
on.
summer. Beginning of summer.
Beginning
Beginning of summer.
That's
Or
right.
end summer.
Beginning.
End of spring. Yeah,
End of spring. Sorry about that. It's late. I'm tired. I was woken up early this morning by work, so my brain's a little muddled.
Yeah.
oh, I get that one. Understand that one completely.
Yeah. So, we hope that you enjoyed tonight's role play night. Some good information was shared and set up nicely for what's to come. So, anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Sounds like another one in the can.
Who said that we get to keep those weapons?
The Vestia.
Or wants to hug her long and tightly.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's figured out many ways to keep you at arm's
To the
length.
point that it's
Yeah.
like past awkward and
Into
Yeah,
that
she's-
Ken is knocking you unconscious for doing it.
she starts asking people to help remove him, and he just, then begrudgingly lets go. But until then,
Gror, you're drunk. Go to bed. So, cool your jets. Cool your jets, buddy. So, all right. Any other questions?
I like this session.
All right.
It was unusual and quite different than any other sessions, but it was very enjoyable to listen to. And be
Yes.
part of.
Yeah, I enjoy
That's,
the roleplay sessions too. So
Yeah, that is the point. Sometimes you have those, and we don't always have to go butchering things, much to Fleegan's thankfulness, I presume. But we hope that tonight, those who are listening, that your minds are opened by wonder, and that we'll see you again next time. And between now and then, my friends, may all of your adventures be sticky.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
good night.
So as we talked about at the beginning, I don't know